8 o'clock comes and goes,
no.
and 9 and 10.
That's terrible.
She's devastated, sobbing, and I'm the one who has to do damage control.
Poor kid.
He's out somewhere flirting with his girlfriend, and she's leaving all these heartbreaking messages on his machine. Daddy, where are you? Daddy.
Oh, God.
He just doesn't get it.
Did he finally call?
Yeah, at 1 o'clock in the morning. No. Tell Lori I'm really sorry. If you want to tell your daughter you're sorry, call her when she's awake and tell her yourself.
Unbelievable. Was he always like this? Or do what happens to people when they break up and they get stupid or what?
I know.
I'm telling you, this whole thing with you and Tom, it's like men get by for years without really talking to you, and then when they finally do, it's tell you really big.
You and Gabe, Tom?
Yeah. So, are you sure you don't mind meeting outside?
Not at all. I feel great.
I feel like I haven't seen you in ages.
I know.
You look wonderful. You really do.
Thank you.
I'm worried about you.
Really?
Yeah, you disappeared on us.
I know. I didn't mean to.
Used to talk all the time, I leave messages and you would call back right away.
I know. I just needed some time to myself. You know.
You're not mad at me or anything, are you?
Mad at you? Why should I be mad at you?
I don't know. When this thing first started, we used to chat all the time.
I know.
You dropped by all the time, and then after a while...
I thought you were getting sick of me.
No.
I was getting sick of me.
Are you sure I didn't offend you in some way?
Karen, why would you have offended me?
You don't think, on some level, you blame me for this whole thing?
God, that is ridiculous.
It was my idea to introduce you.
So what? We were grown-ups. We knew what we were doing.
Yeah, but I set this whole thing in motion. All the anger and rage, all the pain the kids are going through.
It was out of your control. That we came together was as much out of your control as our falling apart. You can't control everything, Karen. Even though you like to think you can.
So, I guess you immersed yourself in your work this whole time, which is probably the healthiest thing you could have done.
Well, actually, no. I haven't been in my studio in weeks.
How come?
The pressure to paint has totally lifted.
That'll pass.
No, I'm not worried about it. I don't want to paint anymore.
Why?
Right after Tom left, this unburdening took place, and I looked at what I've been doing with my life, and it just seemed so insignificant.
No.
Yeah. I realized Tom was right. I was using painting as an excuse not to get on with my life.
How can you say that? After all these years, after all your hard work.
Oh, it seems that I was never very good.
It's not true, you're very good.
Karen,
I like your stuff.
I don't have to say that anymore. It's not important. I'm over it.
Wow. So, what happened to you with yourself all winter?
Well, therapy twice a week. And I'm seeing someone.
Why, you look dimple. Isn't that right?
It is. He is a wonderful man.
What's his name?
David.
How'd you meet him?
I met him years ago, like 10 years ago or something.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, he and Tom used to work together.
Uh-oh, another lawyer.
Yeah, right?
Oh, well, get out of everything.
Anyway, he was having a call for Tom, and I filled him in on what was going on. He was very compassionate. And it turns out his marriage was falling apart too. So we decided to meet for a drink, and it turns out we have a lot in common, and we've been seeing each other ever since.
Well, it certainly seems to agree with you.
And
I think it's great you're getting your feet wet. The hell with Tom.
actually, it's a bit more serious than wet feet. I'm blushing. It has been so exciting, stealing away when we can.
How long has this been going on?
A few months.
Uh-huh.
We are having such a good time.
A few months?
He's teaching me how to rollerblade.
Oh, God.
I'm getting pretty good at it, too. We go out some afternoons, play hooky along the canal, you know?
And where do you have an helmet? You really hurt yourself on those.
It's so fun. You should try it. We'll give you and Gabe a lesson.
Yeah, just a Gabe.
He's so full of life, David. He's so open and optimistic. He's a playmate. That's what he is. He is a wonderful playmate.
Oh, that was fast.
What?
Tom just scared me out the door.
Karen,
You want to be alone for a while? You haven't been alone in a dozen years.
I've always been alone. Don't you see? I spent my marriage alone.
But to get involved with someone else right away?
I'm in love with him. I am.
How do you be in love with him? You've only just started seeing him.
I knew him years ago, I said.
Through time.
Right, we went out socially a few times, the two couples, but that's different. Well, it's not like he's a stranger. The preliminaries were out of the way. There's a history there. There was always a kind of shorthand.
I can understand it being exciting. I can understand that. But love?
Why is that so hard to believe? I fell in love with Tom that first weekend on the vineyard.
Okay, and whatever that got you. Sorry. I just think you have to be careful.
Karen,
You're very vulnerable right now. I don't want to see you get hurt.
I'm going to marry him. Look, David is not Tom. He is not. We're very different men. What you see is what you get. You know, there's no hidden agenda. He talks to me, tells me what he's thinking, he lets me in. So much of my marriage to Tom was this dark little tango, adagio dance, and I don't want that anymore. I want another shot at it with David, and David wants me.
I wish you well.
Thanks. You should see him with the kids. They are crazy about him, particularly Sandy. He's all over him. Things were so gloomy after Tom left. You have no idea. I never thought my kids would laugh again. It was that grim, I'm sure. Look, I know what I'm doing, Karen. This is the man I was meant to be with. I really believe that. I had to survive Tom in order to end up with David. It was my fate.
That may be. Still, I wish you would give it more time.
And let this moment pass? There's no way. I don't want to let this moment. Look, why do I even bother?
What?
You think I'm crazy?
I never said that.
This is my opportunity for a real marriage, a real partnership, but you don't want me to have that, do you?
What an outrageous thing to say. Of course I do.
I'm finally feeling whole, finally feeling like I'm on the right track for the first time in my life, and what do? You undermine me.
I'm not undermining you. I'm only thinking of what's best for you.
Oh, I
Try
see.
being alone for a while. That's what I
So
would
great
do.
about being alone, but don't feel great about it. That's easy for you to say. You have Gabe and you have this life. You know what I think? I think you love it when I'm a mess.
What?
You do. You love it when I'm all over the place, flailing about. And the minute I find someone who's like an anchor, you don't want to hear about it.
That is not true.
As long as I'm artsy and confident, everything's fine. But the minute I show any signs of being on equal footing with you, you can't handle it, and you have to knock me over.
How can you say that?
Come on. You need me to be a mess. You're invested in it. Every Karen needs a Beth.
That really isn't fair.
Look, we all play the parts we're handed. I was the mess, the dip, the comic relief, and you got to be what's perfect. Just the right everything, just the right wine, just the right spice, just the right husband. How was I supposed to compete with that?
Nobody is asking you to compete with anything.
You're right. There was no contest. I mean, I couldn't possibly reciprocate the hostess gift you would give me. I don't think you're being remedial or just plain hostile.
No, I'm taking help this way. But
We can't all be like you, Karen. God knows, I have tried. No matter how much I stir, my soup still sticks to the pot.
Well, there's nothing more than having you in our home, cooking your meals.
We loved it too.
You're my family.
I know.
I spent the first 20 years of my life doing whatever the hell I could to get away from my family. And the second 20 years doing everything I could to cobble together a family of my own. What if I could just choose my family? If I could make my friends my family.
Congratulations. The family you've chosen is just as fucked up and fallible as the one you were born into. How are the kids? And you and Gabe?